Yeah.
What's going on? I'm starting
Okay.
recording
Okay.
Carla Howell, and she's a friend of mine. And we've talked about her bookmaking, but we haven't talked about her since she turned writer. So, Carla, what
Yeah.
went from, where did we go from books? Are we still making books, or what's going on? Or do
Well,
you
I
have
have,
two Facebook pages, one for writing and
right.
one for
Well, one is just personal, but it is public. I've made it public because obviously when you're putting public things out there, you want people to be able to see them. And then the other one is for writing, where I
uh,
do updates on my book, the progress and little tidbits and things like that. And I call them, I do some impromptu ones, but, and I've just started it like a month ago. And then I do have Wow Wednesday, which is the Witch of West Bay Cove. No, the Witch of White Bay Cove. Sorry. I haven't had enough coffee yet. The Witch of White Bay Cove, which is the name of my book. So I've used the acronym WOW. So those are both my Facebook pages, and one is personal and one is just for the writing. But I do still, I mean, I am still going to be getting back into making handmade books again. I did do one a little bit before Halloween in 2024, another Carlotta's junk journal, or it was more of a writing journal. But when I've been in this process and I just got to get it done because it's been almost a year since I actually started writing, probably right about a year. And I didn't think it would take this long, but it does. So the writing was pretty much finished in the fall, and then I did several read throughs, and every time, I tweak, or if I'd find something, even though it went through two rounds of edits, I would find little tiny things that needed to be fixed. And then sometimes I was just like, why did I say it like that? Like the more you read it, the more
do you
you
have like a
find.
romance formula that you use?
Yeah. Well,
Anything? What brought you to it? Why did you start writing? You were a designer, weren't you? An
yes, I
interior
still am. I still
designer.
do that. Yeah, that's still my
Okay.
job. That's
Okay.
still the one that pays. So I've actually been writing since I was like 14, 13 or 14 years old.
Okay.
Like little short stories. I used to draw little comics because I like to draw and paint too. And I don't know that I ever really finished anything, maybe but one short story in my life. And then like through the past, I don't know, 10 years or so, I have started three other books. And for some reason, I don't, I mean, I'm still going to do them. I'm still going to finish them, but I just didn't finish them. I didn't complete them. And then, so for this particular one, The Witch of White Bay Cove, strangely, it started, I got inspired by watching The Little Mermaid live action movie that came out in late 2024. And there was just a scene in that movie that prompted something in my head. And I was like, what if, it was Eric on the beach looking for the little mermaid, right? He's looking for his mermaid. And I thought, well, what if this handsome prince kind of guy is on the beach and he looks up and he sees something in the sky? And that's what prompted the whole thing. And then I didn't really do anything but just, like cook ideas for quite a few months. And then I started writing and it just kind of flowed out of me. So that tells me, with little effort of ideas, this is the right one. This is the one I was supposed to finish first.
And you already have a publisher? Or are you going to do print by design, or what are
It's
you
going
going to?
to, yeah, I'm publishing through Palmetto Publishing, which it's a self-publishing publisher.
Mhm.
But they also do the marketing for you. Like they'll do
Oh,
marketing.
okay.
So it is print on demand, but I mean, you'd have to get permission. I can get books in brick and mortar stores. I can do that. But I'm going to start with the online, and it goes to I don't even know, like hundreds of outlets. So that's a pretty good way to get out there, I think.
Oh,
Definitely gets to
yeah.
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and then, probably almost all of them. And then there's going to be what do they call that? Like an what do they call it? Like a news flash kind of thing. Like it's going to go out to, um, I'm not really sure, like internet, websites and things like that. So, we'll see what comes of it. But I think it's good enough to get some attention and to be read. And it's not I love my book. So, uh, I'm excited for people to read it, to see it, and to look forward to the next two because this is the first of a trilogy.
I
So,
want to ask, in a town where there are hundreds of writers that come from here and Pulitzer Prize winners and everything else, did you create this yourself from beginning to end? And I don't mean to insult you.
no, not at
I'm
all.
just asking for about AI since
Yeah,
did you use any of that or
no, no,
that's
no.
fantastic.
I don't even know. I wouldn't even know how to use it. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know how to use it. My son uses it for things. I'm like, how do you do that? Does everybody get that? I don't know.
That's
So
wonderful.
yeah, the
How
only
do
thing
you
I've used
find
is like a
time for
spell check.
all this?
Well, at the time when I first started, I was I wasn't working much, part-time, and not even very much at that. And then now now I'm working quite a bit more, so it's been a little harder. Like I was up till
Mhm.
3:30 in the morning 2 days ago because I'm trying to get my submission in to the publisher, the manuscript, because once I can't, nothing's going to happen until I do that. And So now it's a little bit trickier, but I did spend many late nights, because when you're on a roll, you just keep going. And I would start in the evening, usually after work, and sometimes on my days off, and then just keep going until I just like ran out of steam.
Good chapter by chapter, or what would be helpful to
No.
somebody else trying to do this?
Okay, sure. 1 minute. I have allergies, pardon me. Just a little.
That's all right.
I did take something, but all right. So, kind of the way I did it was I did kind of start like with chapter one, because I don't know, that just seemed the way to start. But as ideas were coming into my head, that maybe didn't have anything to do with chapter one, but maybe were way down the road, I would write them out. I'd type them up and I'd put them aside. They'd be in the document, and then I could insert them at the proper time. So I did start with chapter one, and I did kind of go chronologically. I mean, I did, but these things that I thought of, that were not in that timeline, I would write ahead of time, and then I'd stick them in, and then I'd tweak it, and because I didn't want to lose that idea, and I didn't want to just make a note of it. I wanted to write it down exactly the way I was, the way it was in my
Thinking of it.
yeah, because I would forget, so that was very helpful because then I would get to a certain part and I was like, well, I've already written this part, so now I can, insert it. And then a lot of things were inserted after it was complete, really. And I just added more to it because I just felt like I needed to expand on certain elements and I thought it could be better. And so it was like, it's been a work in progress. Like, I mean, even until like yesterday, I was tweaking little tiny words, just like a word here and there. And I'm going to do a final read through today so I can submit it tomorrow. Um, and That's going to be it. No more read throughs. I mean, I think I've done about 20 of them since it's been edited, but and then that'll be it. So yeah, it helped me to start at the beginning and kind of work my way through, but I knew what was going to happen, and I did a real general outline. um, you know, and I named the chapters and kind of like, okay, what's going to happen in this chapter, just generally, you know,
An
and I,
outline.
Yeah, in outline. Yep. Yep. And that changes. I did change some chapter titles and, some of the content that I had intended for those chapters. But that's the process, as you go through it and as things pop into your mind. And book two is already outlined, like kind of even more of a formal outline.
Is it a
So
continuation of book one?
yes, it is. Yes.
It's a
So
series.
it'll be a series of three, yes. And then possibly a new, like next generation after that.
Well, tell me what is it about your book that you think would make it more interesting than somebody else's?
Well, is it more interesting? I
Romance.
Well, it is romance, but I didn't intend I didn't say I'm going to write a romance. I just had a story in mind that started with like I said, The Little Mermaid, and there's no mermaids in this. But it ended up being, I knew it was going to be somewhat of a romance because that was, the initial idea. But as I was doing that, and then of course I knew I wanted her to be a witch. So then there's the fantasy element. So we got romance and fantasy. Well, you can't just have a bunch of romance and a bunch of fantasy. You have to have a little danger, a little adventure, a little mystery. You have to have a humor. So those were all sprinkled in as well. Overall, it's a romance, fantasy romance. I got to throw fantasy in there because of the witchcraft element. But and then like I said, as I was writing it, I was coming up with more ideas of what could happen beyond that. So even though the first book is more of an introduction, and these are our cast of characters, and you're going to get to know them, and they're going to have some adventure and danger and all this stuff. And then we're going to go a little deeper in book two and in book three, kind of a little bit, my cat is meowing, sorry. A little bit of a different twist, and then with a nice finale, I'm hoping. So is my book better than anyone else's? I don't know. That's for the
No,
reader.
not better, but what do
Yeah.
you feel that it has to offer that's different?
Well, I think I want this is going to be it is an easy read. I think it's an easy read. This isn't something that, you're going to be like, I don't know, like you have to really sit down and concentrate. I'm not saying that there's no thinking involved, but what I'm saying is it's supposed to be fun. I want someone to pick it up and say, this looks like fun. I'm going to sit down on the couch. It's rainy today. I can't go outside. I'm going to get a cup of tea, maybe a glass of wine, and it could be read in a day easily, like a full
Okay.
day. But I want it to be fun. I want people to smile. I want the reader to smile and laugh and giggle and be like, "Oh, I love that. I love Fiona. I love Stephen. I love that person and oh, what's going to happen?" And I'd like them to be on the edge of their seats at times. And that's what I want to come away with. Just enjoy it. Don't overthink it. It's just for fun. It's fun. It's not Shakespeare. It's just for fun. And maybe a little getaway, a little fantasy,
Escape.
escape. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. A little escape from reality. So, yeah.
Well, it sounds exciting. Now, does it tie into your bookmaking at all?
No, no, it doesn't. I mean, I guess I had to kind of shift gears because, the book obviously takes a lot of time. So I haven't really done a video for the Happy Bookmaker since I guess it was probably October of 2024, like I said. And then, although I am planning, once I get this submitted, I am going to do another video because I have a lot of loyal subscribers that are probably like, they're going to give up on me, and I don't blame them. But I'm going to start work on an altered book. So let me see it. I don't know where it's at. I moved it. I don't know. It's just like a big, beautiful hardcover vintage book, and I'm gonna, rip it apart and
Well, if you
do fun things.
want, you can certainly put this on your channel. I'll put it on my channel.
Sure.
I'll send you link and I'll send you the raw copy in
Okay.
Gmail and let you, if there's space, sometimes Gmail doesn't have enough space,
Mm-hmm.
but I will send you a raw copy of it and you can put
Okay.
it talking about the fact that you will return with your altered book
Yes.
and after you're finished writing your fantasy escape romance. So I think
Yes.
that's really cool. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the fact that it's going to be a series, and certainly I wish you the best of luck. I just wanted to touch base, and we'll touch base again once it's published
Yeah. Yeah.
and see how it comes. And if there's anything
Yeah.
else you would like to add, I want to hear it.
Well, the book should be published by the end of July. That's kind of,
Okay.
it gave me kind of a timeline of 8 to 10 weeks. And from when I started this process, that would be about the end of July, maybe sooner. And just another kind of quick thing about it, this is a modern day story set in Scotland in a tiny village called Ardentini, which I went there, and that video is on my YouTube channel of my visit to Scotland, where I visited the village of Ardentini to see. I had to know, like, how close did I get to the research online, how close did I get to capturing Ardentini?
Hmm.
And it was amazing. It was exactly the way I thought it was going to be. And so I stayed right there in the village that I wrote about, which was really cool. And I'm planning on going back in the fall probably while I'm working on book two, maybe for a little extra inspiration. And while I was there, some big storm of the century came through, and I will be incorporating that into one of the books as well because I thought I had to be there for a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So that's it. Yeah, I think it's going to be well, I love my book. That's what I have to say about it. It's my baby. And I've read it many times and and have enjoyed it. And I hope that everybody does enjoy it as well. And I hope they check it out. So, and thank you for
All right.
talking to me. Yeah.
Well, I got the website invite, and then I thought, well, what is Carla doing? Because I know you as the happy bookmaker.
Right, right.
And I thought, oh, this writer thing, what is that? And then
Yeah.
I got caught up in all kinds of
Yeah.
things, and
Yeah.
then finally I had time, and I thought, Carla and I need to talk about this.
Yeah. It's
And
been a
so
while. I know.
I
Yeah.
try to keep up with Mateo and Lori
Yeah.
Marie and you.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like it a lot of times. I don't say anything for long
Oh,
periods
we
of
just
time,
get busy. Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm still interested in keeping up and seeing what you're doing because each one of you, like Lori Marie, is writing a cookbook.
Oh,
I
really?
just
Oh,
saw
there's-
today that she had put a print by design, Kindle print by design
okay.
book, and I'll give it a
Okay.
plug. Nobody comes to my
Yeah.
channel, but I'll give it a plug anyway.
Well,
It's
we're going
like
to put it out
nine
there so they
dollars.
do.
Exactly. It's $9 and it's on
Cool.
Amazon, print by Kindle, print by design.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Lori Marie Jenkins. It's called something, but I don't know what it is, but it's a cookbook.
Cool. Cool.
So that's
Great.
Lori Marie.
Yeah.
Mateo is making that lovely, isn't that amazing?
He's so talented. Oh, he's so talented.
And also I think it's very important. I was watching something on children and loneliness, and one of these kids had gone, she felt she had a weight problem, and she had gone on social media, and she had pretty much been told to drink one glass of tea or something to cleanse her system and then lose weight. And it was just, I mean, something really crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people are in that, like, they get there's a body image. And
Yeah.
I think that Mateo's last thing with the volume and Fernando Botera. And the thing about the volume and these women, these beautiful women
Mhm.
that are oversized by media
Mhm.
definition,
Mhm.
and you taking off all on your own, becoming a writer and
Mhm.
thinking of a triple book assignment for yourself. So I think I'm very lucky to have people that I know that are doing interesting and fascinating things.
We're all lucky. We're all lucky to know each other. Yeah. And just so
I,
you know, my character Cassidy, she's not a skinny mini. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she is a voluptuous woman.
well, Mateo will be very happy, and so will Fernando Botero.
Good deal.
All
Good.
right, on
All right.
that note, let me see if I can find, I doubt if I can find anything, but let's see. Sometimes this mouse, I have to use a mouse.
Oh,
So
yeah. It's
sometimes,
easier.
yeah.
Most of the
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna stop the recording and thank you so
Okay.
much for, you know, talking with me.